Hello everyone, welcome back by Hopster Coding. Today we're gonna learn something about input, because a program without input you can only play with the constants and the variables you declared in the program itself. But you want to give the program some input you can change whenever you want it. So let's get started. Let's create a new class. So we go new class and let's call it input. So our input class, we're gonna make the main method public static void main string args, failing again, string args, and the curly brackets. So this is a basic program again. So for the input, how are we going to do that? We will need a scanner to do that. To read something, you need a scanner, just the way it is. So a scanner is actually an object, so let's create one. You tap a scanner, and it's the object name. Then you're going for a name, let's call it scan, is equal to new scanner. That's how it's done. And inside here, replace system.in, because you don't want something to print out like system.out.println. This time you want something to read in, so you type system.in. As you can see on error, it gives an error on scanner. That's because you have to import the scanner class. It's a library which is pre-made, so you just have to import it. So import java.util.scanner, so it can use that class for you. Don't have to worry about that. They just made it so it's easier to use. So now you can read some stuff. Let's say we want to count like 3 numbers, or we want to get the average about 3 numbers. Let's do that. So let's create 3 numbers. Let's get int number 1, number 2, number 3, like that. So we want to ask the user for 3 numbers, and at that 3 numbers we want to calculate the average. So we want to say system.out.println, enter the first number, just like that. So now it says if I enter the first number. After that we want to scan the first number. What's going to do? We're going to do number 1 is equal to the scanner, which is going to scan the next integer, next int. Now if you run that, it's going to ask enter the first number, because you print that out right there, and then it's waiting for you to enter a number. So I'm gonna copy that 3 times, so because we want 3 numbers, I'm gonna change that to 2 and 3. So the second number, not F second, and the third number, like that. So now it's asking for 3 numbers. You can run this already, but like you can see, okay, it's gonna say enter the first number. You're gonna press 5. Enter the second number. You're gonna press 3. Enter the third number, like 15. It's not going to do anything because that's all code it is in there for the moment. So I'm gonna place some comments so you can read it better. Read and stuff. Okay, calculate stuff. So we want the average. So there are 3 numbers, so we're gonna add those 3 together and divide by 3. So we're going, so let's make a new int average, like that, and we're gonna say an average is equal to number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3 divided by 3, just like that, semicolon. So now we got the average, but there will be one problem, because it's an integer I will see that soon enough. System.out.println, and we want to print out the average is, and then we set average like that. So let's take the average of 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, that will be 4 obvious, because 3 plus 7, 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 5 is 12, divided by 3 is 4. What happens if we take something like 1, 5, and 8? It will be 4. Why this is? It's like 1 plus 6 is 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 8 is 14. But 14 isn't divisible by 3 to a whole number. It will be in a floating point, but not in a whole number. But because average is an integer, it will automatically convert it to an integer. So if we would change that to a float average, like go 1, 5, 8, you can see it makes it gives a floating point back, but it's still not correct, because these are all whole numbers, integers, so it doesn't work. So you have to typecast. We'll do more in that in the next tutorial, not floats like that. So you can typecast it if you want. If you enter now those numbers, you will see it gives 4, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5, which is correct. About typecasting, I'm gonna put it typecasting. I will make a tutorial on the next episode about typecasting. It's something you really have to know about numbers, because if you try to take average of 3 integers, you always get an integer back, which isn't correct. You need a better answer, not 4, because the average about 1, 5, and 8 isn't 4, it's 4.6. So yeah, that's basically how the inputs works. You just scan. You can also read strings or characters or other stuff just by do scan dot next line is to read a line, a string, a long. Got bytes, booleans. Yeah, you can scan everything you want. That's basically how it works. See you in the next tutorial about floating point, about the typecasting. Yeah, I hope you learned something about it. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.